Hi, it's Katie, and today I'm going to be building some raised garden beds, so I thought I would show you how I make them. These garden beds end up being 4 feet wide by 8 feet long, so they're a really nice size. You can fit a lot in them, but they're not so big that they're unmanageable. And then I have several, so if you wanted more than one, you could make several to expand your gardening landscape, so to speak. I really like these raised garden beds because you can reach in from all of the sides and you never have to actually stand on the garden, so you're not compacting the soil. It makes it really easy to plant and weed. It makes it really easy for your plants to flourish, and you don't have to do any tilling or digging really. It just, everything stays nice and loose. So I'll show you my materials I have. Okay, so I'll show you what I have. I have these boards. These are 2-inch by 10-inch by 8 feet long. They're about $10 a piece. I think they were like $9.30 something a piece. And you need 3 of them for each garden bed that you make. So you have the 2 that you leave whole, so that's 8 feet long, and then 1 you cut in half, so you have, that's where your short sides are. So I have actually 6 here, 5 there and 1 there, so I'm going to make 2 garden beds. You're also going to need some 2x4 or 2x3 or even 4x4, and you just need scraps. So this one length will be plenty for both of these beds, and you just need to cut short lengths of this. So if you have scraps of 2x4s, you can use that as well. I have a saw. I'm just using a hand saw since I just have a few cuts, and then a drill. You want to drill pilot holes, and then I'm also going to use the drill to screw my corners together. So these are the screws. These are exterior wood screws, and I got 2.5 inch. I got my tape measure and something to mark with, and then of course I have my gloves here. So, like I said, I just need to cut 1 board per bed to be the short side, so I'm going to go ahead and do that first. Okay, so for the 2x3, we're just going to cut lengths, and they're going to go in each corner. So what I'm going to do is measure my board here, because even though these are 2x10s, they're not actually 10 inches wide. They are like a 9 3/16, or 9 1/4. So that's how big I'm going to cut these lengths, and they'll just rest right inside the corner. So I'll go ahead and mark a few. You'll need 4 per bed, so I need 8 altogether. Okay, so I have my boards all cut, and I have it laid out. And if you notice, I have the corners are alternating. So this one, instead of having this short board being on the end on both corners, it's on the end here, and it's on the inside here, if you can see that. And then this board, it's on the end here and on the inside here. And the way I have these, it could go either way, but I just kind of have them in one orientation all the way around. So like this was on the inside, and then this is on the outside. And that way, it just gives it a little bit of extra stability. If the end pieces are on the outside on both ends, it's easier for that end to just kind of collapse, and same with the long side. So just alternating your corners helps give a little bit of extra stability. And the reason I put these here is because you don't want to, you can screw through this board into here. You don't want to really screw into that end grain. So instead I'm going to screw into here, and then I'm going to screw this way. Okay, so now we're going to join the corners. You want to make sure that everything is square as it can be. And I have a clamp, so I'm going to go ahead and clamp this just to hold it a little bit for me. And I'm going to measure and mark where I want my screws to go in. You can put 2 to 3 screws per side. Last time I did 2 per side. I think this time I might do 3 per side, or maybe 2 and then 3. And when I put my screws in this board and then again in this board, I want to make sure that they're offset so they kind of interlock like this. If I have them at the same height, like if I have 2 here and 2 here at the same height, the screws are gonna kind of crash in the middle. So I want to have them more like this than like that, if that makes any sense. Okay, and it'd probably be better if you used a pencil, but I wanted to make sure that you could see on the video, so I'm gonna have some marks after I'm done, but I could sand them off if I really cared, which I don't. So now I'm going to drill a pilot hole. I'm going to use an 1/8 inch bit. Okay, so once I have my pilot holes drilled, I'm going to go ahead and put my screws in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my screws in about 3/4 of the way in, make sure everything's still square, and then I'll finish putting the screws in the rest of the way in. Okay, so everything's still about as square as it's going to get for me, so I'll go ahead and finish putting these screws in the rest of the way. Okay, so then you just repeat that same process for all 4 corners. Alright guys, so here are my 2 garden beds finished. And you know, they're not perfect, but I'm a gardener, not a carpenter, and they will definitely serve their purpose. So hopefully you try this project out. If you are at all proficient with power tools or woodworking or anything, they will turn out way better than mine. And if you're not, they'll probably turn out like mine, which is functional. So please give my video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I really appreciate that, you guys. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.